And at that point, your confidence has been eroded, your sense of safety has been compromised, and your inner voice has been silenced. So if you've ever wondered, why do I feel so insecure? Or why is it so hard for me to make decisions? Why am I afraid of making a mistake? Or why do I doubt myself so much? This is why. And so developing an empowering mindset, you're creating elements of self-care, which at this point is no longer an option. In order to move forward, you must create a new mindset. So if this year stayed exactly the same as it has been the past year or so, how would that make you feel? This next set of videos, we are going to be talking about developing an empowering mindset. And I think this is so vitally important, especially if you are in an abusive relationship or you're coming out of abusive marriage or you're on the other side. And I want to talk in this video about the effects of abuse to your mind, your body. See, abuse is not just physical. It's not just hurting your feelings. Abuse affects the entire person. It reprograms your mind. It affects your nervous system, and it really affects your sense of self as a woman. See if any of these relate to you. When you are in an abusive marriage, environment, relationship, it creates self-doubt almost automatically. That abuse can chip away at yourself little by little. It can cause you to have a hard time trusting your judgment, making decisions. It can cause you to second guess yourself almost every day. In an abusive relationship, a lot of times you are accused of things that just aren't true. And a lot of times they come out of nowhere. And that can lead to criticizing you for the way you dress, the way you parent, the way you show up in life, the way you keep your home, what you do, and what you say. Some of abuse can be very humiliating. It could be either very subtle or it could be very openly. In abusive relationships, there's a lot of isolation going on. And you lose connection with people who are very important to you. And now you're in a place where you're trying to reconnect, and it's hard, it's difficult. In abusive relationships, you lose hope. You stop speaking up for yourself. That place of hope, it becomes really small because you've been disappointed over and over and over again. You literally stop explaining yourself. You stop speaking up for what you want. You do away with your boundaries, the things you want, the things you don't want. You just stop trusting yourself altogether and ever believing that anybody would understand how you're feeling and what you are going through. Abusive relationships create so much gaslighting. You're being denied the happenings of different events. You're being denied your feelings. You're made to feel crazy as if what you're feeling or thinking or even what you saw was not really true. It's just all in your head. In abuse, a lot of times the abuser accuses you of being abusive. Or if you become angry and you stand up for yourself, they're pointing the fingers at you and saying that there's something wrong with you, with the way you're feeling and reacting. A lot of times in abuse, your needs are dismissed and you're told that your feelings aren't real and they don't really matter. Some of you may have been threatened. Your children may have been threatened. Maybe things in your home have been broken or have gone missing. And All of this is called trauma. And trauma is when your brain is always perceiving things to be a threat, even when it's not. Your body, your nervous system, your brain is always on alert that someone's trying to hurt you or someone's trying to deceive you, even when they're not. What a lot of people outside, on the outside looking in, and what a lot of women don't know or realize is that their abuser has been grooming them all along, from that very first conversation on the phone or text message to that first date, to the relationship growing and getting engaged, and all of those milestones in a relationship. They were all part of grooming you and breaking your self-esteem down so that they can gain control and power over you. And by the time a woman realizes what's wrong, what seems very backwards, what just brings so much disappointment and frustration and confusion, they're already deep into the relationship. And at that point, your confidence has been eroded, your sense of safety has been compromised, and your inner voice has been silenced. So if you've ever wondered, why do I feel so insecure? Or why is it so hard for me to make decisions? Why am I afraid of making a mistake? Or why do I doubt myself so much? This is why. And so developing an empowering mindset, you're creating elements of self-care, which at this point is no longer an option. In order to move forward, you must create a new mindset. Resetting your body is not weakness. Rebuilding and self-care is not selfish. And healing is pivotal. You must replenish what the abuse has taken from you. You need to replenish your mind, your nervous system, your emotions, your body, and your spirit. Now is the time for the pause to reevaluate where you've been and where you want to go. Now here's the good news. Survival got you here, but God is calling you to more, as He is calling you to thrive. I want you to think about the things I listed in this video, and I want you to think about if any of them related to you. And if they do, you're in survival mode. You've been in survival mode. It has kept you and it has carried you to this place. But I am challenging you. God is challenging you. It is time to move past this. It is time to move into your era of thriving. This video encouraged you and you discovered something new. Go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe so you know when the next video comes out, and share it with someone else. Until next time, bye.